Hello everyone and welcome back to the Lee Westwood Sports Centre here at Nottingham Trent University's Clifton campus. You join us for Villa Rocket Lions versus Norwich City PFC. A game between two sides very close in the table to one another. Should be a tight affair with some cracking football played, I am sure. If I bring up the Slater Gordon 25-26 Championship table. In fact, they are absolutely deadlocked. Same record. Played 14, both won 7, both drawn 2, both lost 5. The only difference is Villa Rockets Lions' goal difference is 16 to Norwich's 2. Referee Alan Murray, assisted by Will Renton and Harry Maxwell. Looks like Norwich will get us underway, and for the third time today we've had a couple of cracking games. I'm joined by Ricken Shaw. Ricken, what are you expecting from this one?
I think today will be a cagey affair, considering that they're both on the same amount of points, both won the same amount of games, drawn the same amount of games. But if I was to predict, I'd probably say Villa would maybe get a win.
Cracking start from Villa. Well, word, the 180 ball from Nagelsmann Vilas now towards Tanvir Hussain, who will fire across. However, Keane Collins was not at the far post.
And we've got some news for it, haven't we? About this game.
Mate, enlighten the viewers.
You managed to do the iPad correctly for the first time today.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I was baffled as to where you were going with that. I did mate, I've done the iPad correctly the last 2 games, but it didn't really work out last time. I don't know why, it wasn't my fault. But yeah, the iPad, I've done it right. Set up the match and the stream properly. We are live. Miracles do happen, mate. Miracles do happen. That's a goal kick. But yes, it's been a fantastic day for the brilliant Powerchair Football. Still one more game left after this one. But,
I wanted to ask you, what do you make of...
I'm going to stop you there. It's Powerchair can't get on the end of that ball. It whiskers away. It's a brilliant little pass from Johan George to kick in. Vilas just taps it down the line and we'll take it in the dribble. Leaves it for Hussain. Vilas blocked by Coleman.
Collins now. Collins and Coleman. Vilas to Collins.
What were you going to ask me before that Powerchair chance?
Yeah, both these two teams, they started off the season really, really well. You know, Villa were top of the table, I think, going into Christmas, and Norwich were sitting in the playoffs. What do you make of their sort of form that they've dropped over the game week 3 and game week 4 so far?
I mean, it's fair to say game week 3 for Villa for Lions was a horror show. Nothing really worked at all for them. They played Nottinghamshire earlier on and lost 2-0, but that's Nottinghamshire. They seem to be right back on form, do the side top of the table. For Norwich, it's interesting as they now on a counter-attack. The Canaries 2v1 against Tyler in the goal for Lions. Vilas gets back and Hussain gets in the edge of the box. That will be a corner ball. So yeah, Norwich are an interesting side, aren't they? Quite happy to, be perfectly much like mid-table, challenging, yes, for the playoff, but at the minute they're sort of like 6 points off Teesside still in that spot. Coleman, effort straight at Tyler. Secondary effort straight at Tyler, and the follow-up off the post. Goal kick, the eventual outcome.
It was a good effort there from Mike Coleman and Johan George, trying to apply a bit of pressure. Would you say Villa's target at the start of the season was promotion?
Oh, 100%. And the way they started the season, come Christmas, they'll be like, yeah, the minimum we can accept is promotion, let alone, you know, aiming to win the league. And then, yeah, that game week 3 happened, and they've put themselves out of, well, definitely automatic promotion chances, and they're in a scrap to try and make the playoff. Teesside still seem to be dropping off a little bit this game week, so opportunities for the likes of Norwich and Villa Rockets Lions to put themselves back in a race for that playoff come game week 5, which is only, what, 3 weeks away, 3-4 weeks away? 3 weeks away.
And what would you say Norwich was target was at the start of the season? Do you reckon return back to the Premiership? Or do you think they're going through a rebuilding phase at the moment?
I think they're just quite happy where they are, to be honest. Towards the top end of the Championship, but this is. I think they're realistic and know this is their level. Yes, they can challenge, but obviously last season was very difficult for them in the Premiership, and it took a lot for them to, you know, mentally keep going. But they'll be quite happy with how it's going at the minute.
Tyler with the goal kick to Montvillas, tries to find Hussein. Gaining territory now. Collins with the front bumper. Coleman wins the battle there. Referees played the advantage. Johan George to Coleman. Tries to, with the 180 across. Murgatroyd to Coleman. Tried to find Powerchair.
It's nice from Norwich, it's much better play. Powerchair. George lines up for the 180, straight at Tyler. Coleman, that's too flat. And we're kicking for Lions. Saying that effort goes past the near post and out for a goal kick to Norwich.
Some minor adjustments for Montvillas.
Yeah, sweet. In the perfect position, any sort of jolt, and that position he struggles to hold his chair. Delicately it's balanced, that joystick.
Coaches from the sideline saying same intensity. Too much on that pass to find George.
That's nice from Hussein. Nearly got it down the line.
Gain territory again. Norwich kicking. Johan George to Coleman.
That's a 2-on-1. Free kick from Norwich, who've shaded territory the last couple of minutes. Fulcher, Coleman, front bumper towards George, who goes for the 1-8. There's a gap at the near post. Oh my word. There is a rather large gap there.
With his quality, he should be hitting the target there. Von Villas and George. Coleman. Coleman and Tyler battling. And we get the flick to Fulcher. Murgatroyd's come very far up.
Nice to see this from Norwich. I mean, she is the only option at the minute, really.
Montvillas.
And for the dummy there on Murgatroyd, Dini Montvillas. Murgatroyd too experienced to fall for it. Montvillas keeps the ball in.
She's done well. Ian Collins. Coleman. Coleman needs to find an option. He needs to get that ball out of there. I don't know why he's trying to keep it in there.
Yeah, he's just trying to ricochet and bounce it off, see if he can get some short traction.
Maybe he was trying to play for the set ball.
He's a brave man doing it against Douglas Montvillas.
The same to Montvillas. Plays it across to Ian Collins. Front bumper just didn't work out quite well there. Ranky, you have a stat. Have you got any stats for us in this game?
Mate, I've been saving it because I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx the you know, the game. But both, they played each other 5 times, right? And it's perfectly balanced. 2 wins each and a draw. Fulcher cut out by Montvillas. There is another stat I will mention later if depending on how the game goes. So just keep your suspense for that one, Ricky. George, the effort straight at Tyler, comes to Fulcher. He needs to leave it now for Coleman. It's good play by Norwich. Hussein cuts that one out, still comes towards Johan George.
Coleman to the front bumper that there to Fulcher, he was open.
Yeah, Hussein spun. So Ian Collins had a shot, he could have had a shot at the near post there, for one, and the ball ricocheted to him. And Hussein spins into Murgatroyd, and that is a free kick for Norwich.
Coleman and Montvillas. Referee Alan Murray.
Yeah, great decision there.
Hussein's wide open. Plays the ball to Hussein. Vilas from bumper to Collins.
Again, shot the near post was on. Coleman and Mugger are both expecting the ball to the far post.
Just didn't get the connection right there.
No. Oh, close to someone there.
Vilas to Hussein. Coleman. Wouldn't want Vilas now.
There's been a lack of quality in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, not a lot's happened. Hasn't really been that many clear-cut chances. And if there has, or an opportunity, the strides have just not been there.
Like you said, two teams at this level, they're going to cut each other out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, as we saw from the Manchester United versus West Ham Champions Baggage game earlier, the two teams want to go and attack each other. Entertainment galore. Vilas. The ball gets all the way across to Tanvir Hussein, and he tucks it in. That far corner, the ball from Montvillas. You can't give anyone of his quality that space. He was going to find that ball through. Tanvir Hussein gets his 15th league goal of the season, and that is the most goals a Villa Rockets Lions player has scored in a single season. He's broken the club record that was he had tied with Mason Hindley in the 2023-24 season. He now has the record outright by himself. There you go, Rick.
That's another great stat. Was that the one that you were saving?
No. The other one I was saving was Villa Rockets Lions have never failed to score against Norwich. And again, look, I didn't want to say that in case you then jinx it and then make it 0-0. But yeah, so yet again, Norwich have failed to keep a clean sheet against Villa Rockets Lions. And they get the breakthrough. That is the one bit of quality in finishing and pass-wise, delivery and finish we've seen, which resulted in a goal. Right, what's going on here? The free kick, substitution. Off goes Jack Fulcher, on comes Tom Burnett.
He's a very good little player, Tom Burnett.
Yes, he is. I'm biased because we're Solent connections, but he is.
Especially in his first season in the National League.
Yeah.
One for the future.
Let's have a look.
So how old were you when you first saw Tom?
When I first saw Tom?
Yeah.
Good question. When did he first start as Solent? We're talking at least 5 years, I want to say, at least. Around about 5 years. Time's flying, man, isn't it? So you never know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I think about 5 years. We'll look at the old WFA scoreline app, which I highly recommend everyone downloads. It just increases.
George to Burnett, Coleman, Montvillas with a strike. Rob bumpers it to try it to get it to Hussein. Coleman intercepts.
That just increases Tanvir Hussein's lead at the top of the goal scoring chances, on 15 now for the season. Three ahead of Kieran Webb, Nottinghamshire.
Von Villas with the kick in to Collins, front bumpers it, Megatroid cuts it out.
The thing is, you'd argue that Norwich have had the more of the few clear-cut chances we've seen. Norwich have had a couple. I think of the one for Johan George has had a couple. Monvillas towards Hussein, blocked by Murgatroyd.
Coleman takes Monvillas wide. Norwich kick in. Still one there, I would have given.
Close to a 2. Got away with it though, have Villa Rockets Lions.
Coleman. It's on the net now.
Goes out there for a goal kick to Villa Rockets Lions.
Tied up. George trying to get that connection towards Tom Burnett.
What do you think now? You've answered that question about when was the first time I saw Tom Burnett. 5 years ago with COVID, wasn't it? So maybe just after COVID, I think. 3.5 years, 4 years. That's what I'm sticking with now. Changing answer. Yeah, George cuts that one out. We've hit 000s on the clock. On Vilash. Tom Burnett. Coleman. Met by Collins. George comes to Burnett, who I would have liked to have seen it taken with it in reverse. All the space was behind him. Now he has a shot. That goes out of play for a kick in, but not before the half-time whistle goes. Villa Rockets Lions 1, Norwich City 0. That goal from Tanvir Hussein. 5 minutes from time, the difference between the two sides at the break. Not much to set. Not much to split the two sides either, but that one bit of quality in the clinical finishing of Hussein is the difference. Thank you to all that are joining myself and Rickin. Hope we can do so for the second half shortly. Hello everyone and welcome back to the second half here between Villa Rockets Lions and Norwich City PFC. 1-0 to Villa Rockets Lions. That goal from Tanvir Hussain in the first half. The difference between the two. Still joined by Rick and Shah. We've been reminiscing about how long we've both been playing and how the years are flying by. Anyway, we've got a game of football to get on with. So, the two sides are unchanged from that finished the first. Montvillas, closed down by Tom Burnett. Kick in for Norwich. What do you want from this second half, Rickin?
Goals will be a good start. I want to see a bit more passing. It's been too much dribbly.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. It's not had the tempo or the the frenetic energy that some of the games today have had. Kicking for Lions, which Montvillas will take. Over on court B, it is 0-0 between Manchester City and Hull East Yorkshire. Can join Ryan Sippel and Tobin Maurice for that one. Thank you to all that are joining myself, Craig Baxter and Rickin for this one. Montvillas.
So go to Collins, isn't he?
Oh, he had you for, mate.
Well, he's set up to go there. He saw George move. So he just adjusted his chair slightly.
It's alright, mate. We can't be right all the time. We can't be right all the time. Murgatroyd, that's easily intercepted by Montvillas. She does well to cover it, but is she going to be able to get to the rebound? I don't think that's going to count. He's coming steaming in, he's put contact through the ball and it wasn't rolling. I don't think that's a goal.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, correct decision for me. Collins is coming too hard. Too much contact with Murgatroyd. You can't blame Collins for the pace he came in at because the ball was there to be won. But free kick for Norwich and they survive. They get away with one. Are you going to tell me like game's gone? Like game's gone. That should have been a goal.
It should have been a goal in my view.
Oh, shocking.
I've had a few like that today, haven't I?
Game's gone, mate. Game's gone. Mike Coleman bringing it forward.
I think what Norwich needs to do is win like kick-ins where they're up. If they're going to play the dribbling game, they need to get on the outside of the player, win the kick-in, and then reset. They're saying it's got the advantage by Adam Murray.
Oh, to trademark Mike Coleman spin. To trademark. It's gone round the ball. Usually does it in the corner. Hussain. Oh, I just got stuck. Hussain again from bumper from Montvillas. Ricochets off the back for Hussain. It will be a goal kick for Norwich City. Now look to make sure this one counts for a lot more than the one they had previously.
Montvillas finds Collins.
It's a brilliant ball by Douglas Montvillas, that. Oh, he's caught that superbly well.
Mike Coleman and Monvidas bouncing in. This is what I was saying earlier. If Norwich want to try and score a goal, they need to get territory and win the ball, win kick-ins further up and go on the outside of their player.
Well, that'll be a 2-on-1. Oh no, we'll play on the advantage. Johan George. Bears down on goal. It's a brilliant advantage by referee Alan Murray, because to be fair, I thought Montvillash had the ball and then he ended up flicking it for some reason back towards his own goal and George could come away with it. George obviously going back to Coleman, cut out by Hussein, but he comes across to Burnett and it's, oh my word, tipped onto post by Tyler. That is the closest Norwich have come to scoring a goal, and it was a matter of inches away from going off that post and in. It's a brilliant save. If you're being critical, you'd say the space was there and Burnett should probably bury it.
Yeah, just a little bit more power needed. I thought that was a penalty.
Tell you what,
penalty
you're not wrong.
there.
You're not wrong. I thought that was a shout for at least for a penalty. On one, free kick for Lions. Survive that scare. Montvillash cut out by Burnett, but it can only go out of play for a Lions kick in halfway inside the Norwich half. Montvillash tries to find it all the way across, as he did for the opening goal in the first half.
Collins now. Coleman.
Again, Bennett keeps it in to the detriment of Norwich, and it will be a corner ball. Comes across to Hussein, and that's the clinical finish again from Tanvir Hussein. The ball across from Collins, a dummy from Montvillash. And Villa get the second, they get that buffer zone from nearly being pegged back to 1-1 just a minute ago. How often do you see that happen? One chance missed for 1-1. The other team goes at the other end and makes it 2-0. Ricken mounted the club for Norwich now.
Yeah, I think it's game over now. You know, we've got 10 minutes left or 11 minutes left, but they need to start having chances, and they just haven't got going today, Norwich. They lost their earlier game to Man City 1-0. Calls from the side saying that it should have been a free hit. Alan Murray saying no.
Coleman, good front bumper towards Burnett.
Montvillash saying back to Montvillash, front bumper to Collins. Tried to play it back, but just didn't work out.
Should be a free kick to Villa. Yeah, George reversed in. Kicking in Collins. Just under 10 minutes to go.
Coleman and Villas battling it. It's trapped between the two chairs. Coleman wins a corner.
Chance now for Norwich to get one back.
Tom Bennett going off for Jack Powerchair.
It's a reverse of the change from earlier.
And George. Coleman tried with the 180. Still one there.
Yep.
There's no communication between Norwich players.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
Can't hear any of them.
Yeah, that's a nice little front bumper. Collins towards the back post, cut out by Coleman. Wasn't quite enough pace on it. It was a brilliant attempted effort from Collins. Just saying, of course, on a hat trick.
Megatroy comes out the box, it's a 2-on-1.
Collins fires to 180 off the outside of that near post and out for a kick to Norwich. It was a touch from the back bumper of Murgatroyd's chair that gave Collins the space he needed to have the shot.
Collins now. Coleman on the dribble. They need to give him an option. There's no options.
He's got Fulcher to his left, but other than that, not a lot is on. Vilash.
2-on-1 there again.
Lack of communication, as you said. It's just getting a bit scrappy now for Norwich. Hussein tries to flick it towards Collins, got a little bit too much on it. George can bring it clear. And it's Suarez Monvilash. And Monvilash puts George into the wall. Kick in for Norwich City. Certainly not been the most free-flowing, entertaining game of the day, but I think Villa Rockets will really care. It looks like they're going to get 3 points that they've struggled to find. Game week 3 and beginning of game week 4. It's the first win in, I think, 4 or 5, well, 5 or 6 matches.
Yeah, you just want to get out of that rut of losing, don't you? You don't care how you do it, you just do.
Look at Monvilash and Tyler, he just sat watching Collins do the dribble. They're quite happy just for this clock to run down. George, from bumper straight at Monvilash. Villash battling with Coleman.
He's just running the clock down.
Yeah, this game is just petering out to its foregone conclusion, isn't it, Ricky?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like Tanvir Hussain's going to get his hat-trick. He goes off. Sam Turner comes on. Good game's work there for Tanvir Hussain. 2 really clinical finishes. Shows why he is top of the goal scoring charts in the 2025-26 Slater Gordon Championship with 16 goals. All those stats I mentioned earlier, big thanks to Jeff Lewis for compiling those. And big thanks to MK Battery as well for sponsoring our live streaming efforts. Bringing you all the action from both the Premiership and Championship division. Obviously the Premiership back here next weekend. We're in for an exciting conclusion to that season as well. Like that, Sam Turner's first touch has gone out of play for a Norwich corner. The halfway line. I mean, if Norwich get one now, it creates an uneasy, perhaps, last couple of minutes for Lions.
It'll be squeaky bum time, won't it?
George. Powerchair. They have got one back. Random silence around court 8. No one can believe it. That is probably the weirdest moment I've had after a goal scored I think I've ever seen. No one said anything.
Not even the referee?
No. Norwich have got one back. And Tanvir comes on for Kean Collins. Well, Jack Fulcher's a great finish at the far post.
That was very strange. It's 2 minutes to go.
Silence. No celebration, no nothing, no. Come on, we can get back into this. Absolute silence. Off goes Johan George. On comes Tom Bennett back on. I'm still kind of a bit like shocked.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, like, meh? What's gone on?
It just feels like, I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird atmosphere here.
I think Tom Bennett could have just let that gone out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah.
Weird atmosphere. I can't describe. Like, this should be like, come on, we've got like 30 seconds left. We need to get a goal back.
Yeah.
What? Never mind. Tanvir Hussain.
He's got his hat trick.
He's got his hat trick. Well, it wasn't as clean and clinical as his other two, his first two, but he won't care. That is his hat trick. And again, it's come from on Villash ball all the way across. Blocked from Turner. Carbon copy of the first goal, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that was quite silent as well, though, Greg. I've never seen anything like it. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, and not a come on.
Yeah. I don't get it.
And I think the 2 people that were most excited were me and you on the sidelines.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's a goal, Norwich got one. We're gonna have in for a tasty couple of minutes here, and then nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, in all the years we've been playing this sport, and like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
No, me neither.
Coleman down to Fulcher. Little flick off the back of Tyler's chair. That'd be a corner. I mean, they scored from the last one. This time Fulcher to take. Coleman front bumper. That's straight at Montvillash. Hussein flicks it round Coleman. Murgatroyd. That's towards Montvillash. Did it take a touch off Montvillash? No, it didn't. Goal kick. Well, I mean, in the end, we've got to the result that we knew was coming. But the way we've got to it is slightly baffling, almost.
Yeah.
Villa are going to get the 3 points that they've had coming the entire game. But there was just a little bit of interest for all of about 10 seconds, mainly from me and you. Norwich didn't seem to really care. Fulcher cut out by Turner. Turner fouls Fulcher. Free kick for Norwich. Well, if this goes in right and this ends 3-2, it's the weirdest 3-2 game, because if you look at it on like a scoreboard, oh, that's not going to go in, is it? No, too close.
It's got a corner.
It's got a corner though. What has been this last 5 minutes?
Can you imagine a silent 3-2?
Yeah, it's been. You look at the score, you go, oh, 3-2, what a cracking game football that is, and it's been. Coleman again, front bumper straight at Tyler. He's got to try and flick it, isn't he? He does. Fulcher. And there is the full-time whistle. It does end. Villa Rockets Lions 3, Norwich City 1. A hat-trick for Tanvir Hussein. They were 2-0 up and coasting to the 3 points, and then Fulcher got a goal back for Norwich. 2 minutes before the end, and yet there was no sort of enthusiasm. Tanvir Hussein came back on after being off for 30 seconds and settled the game down again. Thoughts, Ricken?
Yeah, it was a well-worked win for Villa, obviously, winning 3-1. Tanvir Hussein obviously got his hat-trick. But you want to see a bit more fight from Norwich. Like, looking at them, there's no real fight and determination, even when they do score.
No, well, it's Villa who get the 3 points. And then there's one more game left in the day. Teesside Steel versus GBG Saracens. Join myself and Ben Rogers for that one shortly. Thank you, Ricken.
Thank you, Greg.
Been a pleasure. 3 games.
3 games, always a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone.